However, yeah, I did used to work doing holistic therapy and that at, at a center, and yeah, I've been interested in like life coaching and stuff like that, like motivation and stuff. So that's really interesting, and I've done some like courses in NLP, neuro linguistic processing programming. I mean. So that's really good, and it's like I've read every bit on confidence and motivation and everything that. So that's really good. We talking about like the topic of like bullying and stuff like that. Yeah, and like dealing with confrontations and like issues to do with that and that. So um, that's something like people can post comments on that and like how do you actually deal with confrontations and do you avoid places or people where there might be confrontations and that. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to avoid certain places if there's confrontations to that. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that how do people deal with confrontations? And if you think that someone doesn't like you or stuff like that. So they're talking about different issues to do with relationships, not just personal relationships like at work. If you think someone in the workplace doesn't like you, would you leave or would you have it out with them or would you just ignore them or what would you do? So uh, like with NLP, you sort of go into things like reframing and stuff like that, and um, and there's different techniques you can use, like anchoring for your confidence and stuff. So, that's really good. There's all sorts of different issues that can come up, and some people just say like no, ignore them and stuff like that, or what if the duck's back? But do you think that's really like the best way to go? And do you think like it doesn't like solve anything? If you just sort of ignore things, sort of like burying your head in the sand like an ostrich. Or and what about things like interpretations? If someone's making a joke and that, and you can like get offended with them and that, and you think that they're putting you down and being rude, or if someone says something like so and so or whatever, it's not their responsibility. You could think like that they're disrespecting your family, or they're putting you down when they're just like saying that it's not down to them, and they don't mean it like that. So there's all sorts of different interpretations of someone might say something like as a joke, like calling someone a certain word, or like saying no, you're sissy or something like that, and then that person might like really get offended by it, particularly if they like had issues like people like said those sort of things before, even if they're just saying it as a joke. Um, so it's an interpretation of what was said that can cause offence, and people become like alienated, and then they can become defensive themselves, like, and then they can go on the attack, and then they can see things that are nasty to that person. That person was only telling a joke, like he's only telling you something like a laugh. It's like trying maybe a bit of humour, but it's like even anyway. And he's trying to look at it like the wrong way. So it's like something like it's not the people don't care, have a handling situation, so it's like I don't want to know. But it comes to like professionals that when if they can't handle a situation, they just say like I can't help you with that. Yeah, so, but um, they might be like you're wasting their time and that. It's because they haven't got the right training or so to handle that situation. But they can be nasty and stuff, they can be ignorant and that. They haven't got, they haven't had the training to deal with situations like texting and stuff like that. And some of the older people might not know much about texting or the internet, and like they, or, whatever they don't know how to handle situations, so you know, they call you an idiot or something, and then you sort of see, um, they don't want to know. They tell you like they don't want to know about it. So there's all different sort of, or people just ignore you. There's a problem that they don't know how to handle it, and they just avoid you and like pretend that it doesn't exist. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of different issues around competitions, abandonment. It's like if you see someone that you thought was your friend and they just like completely ignore you and like act that you're invisible, and you might feel humiliated by them, and but you don't know because maybe someone else has said something nasty about you to them, and that's why they're ignoring you, or that's make you end up quite paranoid. What have I done? Is it something I wrote on the internet, or is it something I said, or but at the end of the day, it's their choice. If they don't want to know you, and it's their choice, so you don't need to sort of stress out about it. If someone is going and like spreading nasty stuff about you to them, and that's why they don't want to know it, then that's like their karma and stuff. So, people can be like that, like pretending to be friends with someone, like, and then getting their personal details so that they can spread malicious stuff. It's like very childish sport kid mentality. It's a very childish mentality, and they can like uh, sort of use you for money and stuff. It's a very childish thing to do. I think you need to realize, what sort of a good friend is or not. Okay, so there's a lot of different issues about relationships that I sort of hope that we can get into. I might sort of go off on a bit of a tangent about ghosts and things like that. So that'd be quite interesting. I'm quite interested in like the paranormal. This is more of just an introduction. I've had like, I've had some experience in that. So yeah, this is just an introduction to that sort of thing. So I hope, and I can do sort of funny voices sometimes and things like that. So that's good, and that's not my sort of humour side of it. So that's really good. But doesn't really matter so much. It's more people sharing their experiences, and I will make separate things for that too. I've talked about psychology, I think before, and there, talked about autism, Asperger's syndrome, and that sort of thing. Obviously today I've talked about altercations, confrontations, abandonment, different relationship issues. I'm not sure how much length I've got on these videos because I know it was 10 minutes before, but I'm not sure. So I think I'm really getting to that point. But yeah, so sort of different issues, and yeah, the paranormal. I saw a movie called Insidious and that, and yeah, I'm quite interested in the spirituality and stuff like that. You can see I've got my little sort of angel and that with a horn. I'm quite interested in music and something that's beautiful. Yeah, so, yeah, I've done Reiki tunes myself as well, and I made some videos giving Reiki treatments online as well for free. So that's really nice. Different issues. I think unrequited love, fear of abandonment, um, different topics of that nature that people can be tormented by. So I hope that helps. And yeah, I've done Reiki, I've done the Alpha course, I've done all sorts of different giving some sort of Buddhism and different things like that. So, but anyway, okay, I hope you enjoy. That's good. Bye bye.